from the deep depth of the asylum. This is Jbomb Puddy. Save the planet! It is Halloween weekend. Everybody, welcome to Jbomb Puddy Save the Planet. Hello. Hello. Happy Halloween.
Hi.
It is Halloween for us right now. I hope everyone has had a great Halloween so far.
It's Halloween night, as far as we're recording.
For everyone, I hope you had a great Halloween. I know Halloween, for a lot of people where we live, trick-or-treating has been postponed until tonight, so be safe, everybody going out trick-or-treating.
Also postponed my way.
So, yeah.
Woohoo!
Got a interesting show for you tonight. Man, I sound like I have nothing to say. What the hell?
Just drawing a blank.
You talk about this like starting cold or whatever. Oh my gosh, that was already 2 minutes in. I'm just like,
For the record, everyone, before we started recording, you couldn't shut him the hell up.
That's true. I was talkative. Well, that's actually sort of wrong, because I was talking, we were just going back and forth, you know, how normal Jbomb Puddy usually does, but only not talking to anybody else. But I was also trying to send out an email for something, and I'll talk about that later, because that's probably been going on today, I don't know. So, hopefully I'll have an update for everybody on Monday, but I'll talk about what I'm doing here in just a little bit, that's no big deal. But right now, today, this, because I don't think I did this last week, but this is endorsed by Mountain Arts Democracy, official KJX3 original podcast. Thank you all for listening. We have some AEW talk that we want to do, some advice regarding wrestling, and then anything else we want to talk about. This is another kind of just shooting the shit kind of week. We don't have anybody planned out yet as guests or anything. So it's Jbomb and I back again.
Yeah, now for the record, though, last week, yeah, you didn't do the whole Mountain Arts Democracy, KJX3 thing, but we did, do a whole podcast about Mountain Arts Democracy.
So it kind of made sense for last week not to have it.
Yeah, it kind of counts, I guess. You know, we did ramble on and on about the awesomeness of Mountain Artist Democracy for, a whole fucking episode.
Yeah, because not only that, the episode went almost 2 hours. And it was just nothing but Mountain Arts Democracy or the Hell in the Hills for just constant talk about that. So this is kind of more back on course, back to the normal Jbomb Puddy stuff. Well, semi-normal, because that AEW stuff I'm talking about, oh boy.
Yeah.
So,
Puddy got to see it in person.
Yes, I did. It was so cool. So, AEW came to Charleston, West Virginia last night. It would be on Wednesday night for anybody else that is listening right now.
Wednesday, October 30th.
First time a television show like that, a wrestling television show like that, has aired on TV here in Charleston. Apparently, in 19 years, or in West Virginia in general.
Since WCW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since WCW, we haven't had anything like that since, apparently. See, I thought they aired an episode of SmackDown from here, but I was wrong.
Wow.
Because I thought I remembered something like that happening in 2004 or something, but apparently I was wrong. It was WCW.
That's what I thought. I want to say, I think it was actually your Uncle Skinner that said the last time there was a televised event was WCW.
Well, I was questioning that too, and then Justin Roberts, of all people, said in the ring, he said, y'all don't want us to wait another 19 years to have another show here, do you? And everyone was like, no!
Nice.
So yeah, 19 years confirmed by Justin Roberts himself, the announcer of the show. Man, I've never seen that Civic Center. Well, now it's called the Coliseum. I've never seen it packed like that before.
Was it pretty packed?
So it wasn't a sold out show, to be fair. It looked sold out on TV. Like if you go back and watch it now, it looked like there was a lot of people in there. And there were a lot of people. But of course, hard camera side, if you looked on that side, fewer people on that side, obviously with the cameras and stuff, but like on the floors, all the floor seats were taken where we were sitting up in the stands, which was like right in front of the arena. So we were looking at the actual stage, and the ring was like right down there. It was a really good shot, and I posted stuff on my Instagram account. It's the Insta Puddy. Plug there.
I saw some of your videos, and you had like really damn good seats.
We did, and I 100% thank my buddy James for that. James, thank you so much for those tickets, man. I owe you one big time.
Thank you, James. And where the fuck was my ticket?
You were in Virginia. We're sorry.
I would have made the fucking drive. I mean,
I'm sorry. If AEW ever comes back, then we'll get you a ticket.
If they ever come down this way, then I'll go.
Good. You should, because it was a really awesome episode. So, a couple funny things before I tell you, because Jbomb, I know you're curious about who won the tag team titles there.
Yeah, I haven't got to watch, and I kind of want to know. I'm gonna go ahead and guess the Lucha Brothers won.
It was the Lucha Bros against SCU. So I'll tell you who won that in just a minute, because it's already aired by now, so it's already aired later, so it doesn't matter.
I'm just behind on my shit is all. I could watch it right now and find out, but,
Same.
Go to podcast.
So, a couple funny things. First funny thing that happened was they had the turnbuckles and the ring posts in Rick and Morty theme.
Really?
Yeah, because they were doing a promotional thing with Rick and Morty. So they had the posts say Rick and Morty with like little logos with Rick and Morty on there, and then the posts were all green, looking like a time dimension hole or whatever. And then they were giving everybody that came to the arena free masks of 4 different variations of mask. 3 of them were different types of Ricks, and then there was 1 Morty mask.
Really?
I got a Morty mask.
Nice.
So later on, the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy actually came out dressed as Rick and Morty.
Really?
It was really funny because, of course, Orange Cassidy, has his hands in his pockets, but he looks like friggin' Rick. It's so funny. Then halfway through the match, though, he gets back in his regular wrestling attire and then devastates his opponents, boys. I tell you, more of those leg kicks that'll just kill your knees and your quads.
Yeah, I've took leg kicks. They suck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Devastating them, boys.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny. The next funny thing that happened was, have you ever heard of the game Undertale?
Vaguely.
So there's a character in Undertale named Sans, and there's this one popular theme. I've never played Undertale. I know of the character, and I know of the song, but the song usually goes like. So they did an intro for Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
That started out as like a video game thing. It was really weird too. Speaking of weird, I just reminded me of something else I'll mention in a minute. They did kind of an almost weird video game intro for Kenny Omega.
Like an old school TJP kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. And then they changed it to where it was the theme of Undertale, and that's what he came out as. That song was with his Titantron playing.
Oh, really?
It was so cool. And then the Young Bucks came out after, because they were in a 6-man tag, and they were dressed up as Street Fighter characters.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it was awesome. So, and that was definitely match of the night. That was at the time where everyone was just like at the hype, and I was screaming and yelling my head off and everything. Probably annoyed the shit out of the person in front of me, but I didn't care.
Buddy going, yeah!
It was so awesome, man. I swear. Speaking of weird, at the beginning of the show, Brandy Rhodes did like this weird ass promo video. It reminded me like some kind of like haunted, like see no evil type shit deal. I'm not even kidding. It was weird. I don't like, she was putting on makeup and her mascara was running. It was just really dark, and you could see like Awesome Kong screaming in the back and everything. So it definitely has to do with her and Awesome Kong facing off against somebody, but I can't remember who it was. And honestly, I was too interested and creeped out by the promo by the video. It wasn't really a promo; it was just a regular video that I didn't know what to think. It was weird. So later on, to get the contract signing, Jericho, really funny. He was wearing an all purple jacket that had pumpkins on it.
Nice.
And luckily, we got out of any of the wrestlers calling us anything terrible here in West Virginia, because here in West Virginia, it's easy to find something which...
Yokel.
Yeah. Yeah. Jericho called us hillbillies.
Well, considering you're in a club and the crew you're in is called Hillbilly Crew, that's not really mean to you.
It's not mean to us, but that's for a national audience. That's probably like, oh, got him so good. But then as soon as he got done saying it, the crowd started chanting hillbillies, hillbillies.
Nice.
That wasn't the first thing that was really funny that the crowd started chanting, because I actually got into the other chant too. So there was a long ass promo video of Tony Schiavone and Cody riding in a car to the arena. Which, by the way, I have to say this: as long as it took them to get from the airport, which I'm assuming is Jaeger, which is not even 10-20 minutes away from the Civic Center. You'd think they took every back road, every single area possible to not get to this place, because it took them forever. Like, it was an hour after the show started.
They went to Winfield, checked out Point Pleasant, you know.
They stopped at friggin' Bancroft for some reason. They stopped at the Home Depot in Taze Valley. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But it's like, They just kept going on. Like, the show started at 8. It wasn't until around 9 or something whenever they finally got there and they did the contract signing. I'm like, you were stepping in the car leaving the airport at 8 o'clock. What the fuck were you doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck were you doing for the past hour?
Signing autographs.
But it was really funny because while they were doing this long ass talking promo or whatever in this limo, they were obviously hitting potholes, and everyone was just curious. Like, at first, I go to my old boss Jeremy, who I went with, and I was just talking to him. I was just like, man, it was really funny. That must not be West Virginia highway or roads, because they haven't hit one pothole yet. And then finally, they hit something, and it looks like they hit a pothole. And everyone in our part of the arena, and probably a little bit more, just start chanting, "That's our highway! That's our highway!"
Welcome to West Virginia.
Welcome to West by God, Virginia. And then he finally got there, and then they did a contract signing that actually did not end up with either of them fighting at the actual signing.
Oh, really?
But it ended up with Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager attacking Dustin Rhodes and like breaking his hand.
Oh shit!
And slamming his face against Cody's limousine. Yeah, so that was probably one of the better contract signings I've seen in wrestling in a while now.
I'm assuming like Dustin wasn't painted up or anything, was he?
No, he was just Dustin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because he was riding in the car with him and Shivani
Okay.
to the arena, and it was really weird. Like, I know they're brothers, but like sometimes whenever they're hugging and like being family and stuff, it gets a little too much. It's just weird.
A little awkward.
Little awkward, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, but
behind closed doors kind of shit.
Yeah, a little West Virginia type shit.
Hey.
A
little really County coming out. All right.
Really funny because MJF actually got on Twitter after the show ended, and he was like, "That was probably the smelliest town I've ever been in. And I'm pretty sure everyone was related to everybody." I couldn't think of anything clever to say, so I just said, "Well, you're not wrong." I replied to him on Twitter saying, "Well, you're not wrong. I hope you didn't hit a pothole on the way back to the airport."
Yeah.
It's like that was just too good. I don't know what to say.
Hope you drove your car into a pothole.
So, anyways, we get through the show. Very awesome show. Jon Moxley comes out and attacks the guy that does that like the librarian gimmick. Attacks him and then goes on a rant about how Kenny Omega is his blood or his body's basically in the hands of the AEW execs and the Turner execs for the fact that his match won't count towards a title shot because it's a non-sanctioned match now.
Yeah.
And he cut a really good promo. You could tell it was unscripted. It was really good. And then I think something else happened there, but I'll just skip to the main event. So, you said you think the Lucha Bros won the tag titles.
I believe they did.
But it was weird because
it was actually like because Daniels got hurt.
Yeah.
And they replaced him. So I mean, they may have pulled it off too. I'm still leaning towards Lucha Brothers.
Lucha Bros, man, oh man, they were really good.
They're always
night.
good.
They were really good, but they didn't get it done. And SCU is your new AEW World Tag Champs.
No shit.
Yep.
Wow.
One without Daniels.
I love Pentagon Jr. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Pentagon fan.
Their masks they were wearing that last night too were really cool as well.
Oh,
his was like, you'd have to look at it. I'm not good at describing stuff, but those were definitely really cool masks they were wearing last night, and just everything. I can't describe to you, J-Bomb, how happy I am with that show. Like,
I know you posted a picture of an AEW shirt and said, "If I wasn't elite before, I am now."
Oh, dude, like, I'm so done with anything that's WWE. That show was like a breath of fresh air from all the stupid dealing with the other company.
I'll be honest, since AEW's premiere, I have not watched a Raw or a SmackDown. Like, I DVR all of it, and like if I got time to watch it, I watch AEW.
It's just like AEW still, I know they're still young. They're not even 2 or 3 years old yet, really. But they still haven't done anything to piss me off yet. It's like they're really good at this point.
They got a pay-per-view coming up, right?
They do, Full Gear. And
yeah,
I just need something new because the WWE, in my mind, is old news. It's almost dead, even though they've got millions of dollars from Saudi Arabia deals and stupid Fox deals and blah, 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 blah.
I feel like WWE has gotten so comfortable in the fact that they were the only wrestling company that they just don't care anymore.
They don't care, and it's sad because now whenever people are actually tuning to other wrestling shows and are interested, they still have those people that are so WWE centric anymore. They just treat anything else like they're the minor leagues, that they don't matter, but they should matter, and they do matter.
Well, it's like when TNA first really broke out, before Hogan and Bischoff ruined it. I was a big TNA guy. I was all about this new company, and I think they could have went really far if Hogan and Bischoff wouldn't have completely fucking drove it into the ground. But like I
They
went,
would
I
have
went to a TNA show in North Carolina and had a blast.
went really far if they didn't have Vince Russo behind the wheel of everything.
Yeah, Russo fucks up everything.
Because they had good pay-per-views, but their TV shows were garbage.
When they wiped out the six-sided ring, I said, "Yep, we're screwed."
Yep, that didn't help.
No,
It was a matter of time. Now apparently Impact is really good. I still want to call them TNA, but it's like they've all but wiped the stench of TNA away from them.
there's hardly any TNA originals there anymore, anyway.
Yeah, it's it's Impact. It's a new company basically.
Yeah, it is.
It's just really weird because they still have the footage of TNA and they still will show some of the old school pay-per-views and their history and stuff, and I'm just like, you don't have to do that. It's fine.
But they can't keep a network.
No, if they didn't have that old footage, then they wouldn't be able to have a network, or because they have like a Pluto TV channel, I think. They have their own stuff on Fight Network, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they have enough for their own like little mini network and they have like a WWE network type thing. It's not nearly as good, but they have their own little thing. And honestly, if they didn't have that, and they also have a Twitch channel too, so they keep up with that as well.
Yeah.
If they didn't have their old school stuff from TNA and everything, then they wouldn't have anything. They wouldn't be able to do that stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, look, that company should have been dead 10 years ago.
That's true.
The fact that it's still around is amazing, and I hope one day it becomes an honest competitor.
They still have my favorite female wrestler.
Tessa Blanchard?
Oh. You know me, man. I'm a metalhead. My favorite holiday is Halloween. Take one more guess.
Okay, Rosemary. Okay.
Yes. I love me some Rosemary.
That makes more sense. Well, I always go to Tessa Blanchard because that seems who everyone likes and loves and everything.
Yeah, everybody's on Blanchard, just like, WWE fans are all about Charlotte Flair,
Listen, I don't have anything against the superstars. Well, a couple of them I do. I think Seth Rollins is a joke anymore. I think now he's just a big company guy and will say anything just to make sure the company's happy. And
he has changed his persona to being more of what people used to hate Roman Reigns for.
Yeah. And which is weird because I never really hated Roman Reigns, and that's what everyone assumed he was. But no, it's been more Seth Rollins is that guy. Because Reigns, at least, like, Reigns just comes off to me as a good guy.
Yeah.
But he's not going to say anything negative towards the company. Even though he has stated that he wouldn't mind having, like, off seasons and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, that's not even that bad. But
from what I've heard, though, Randy Orton's kind of expressed interest in going to AEW.
Now, to me, that's just him trolling people. Now, if there was any top person in WWE that I could see doing that, other than like the Revival, I could see them going to AEW.
I could totally see Revival in AEW.
But if there was anybody else on that roster that I could see going to AEW just for shits and giggles, I'd say it'd be Randy Orton.
Yeah.
With that being said, the question is, though, would he do it just from his lineage and how long he's been in WWE? Would he do that and possibly cause like I feel like it'd be like a Jericho thing. They'd wipe his name from everything. I think Jericho would be allowed back. But for the time being, it's like Jericho never existed.
Now, there's one WWE wrestler that I would love to see go AEW because he's never got the respect that he deserves in WWE, and I think he would fit in good in AEW, and that's Shinsuke Nakamura.
I think that'd be interesting, for sure.
They hold Shinsuke back from his true talent of what he can do. I mean, you look at
Mm-hmm.
some of the shit that guy done in Japan. They
Wait
won't
a
let
minute.
him.
You say WWE holds people back? What?
No.
What?
What's wrong with me? I'd like to see
Speaking of that,
Asuka. I'd like to see Asuka and Shinsuke jump over to fucking AEW.
did you see the whole controversy with Jordan Miles and the racist T-shirt?
I I don't know the details on it, but I did see something about it. Something about a T-shirt, right?
So apparently, WWE.com or WWEshop.com put out a shirt. It was a black T-shirt that had a red face, that had a red smile on it, and his teeth were white, saying Jordan Miles. And he called him out and said that was a racist shirt.
Why?
Well, because the depiction, if you saw this shirt, then I think you would understand it more. Because that was my first reaction too. Whenever I heard that what the shirt was, I was just like, it's a black shirt with a red smile that says Jordan Miles as his teeth. That doesn't sound bad.
Yeah.
It hurts it in two ways. One, it's a shitty design.
No, they don't really have that many good designs in WWE merchandise anyway.
It's a horribly terrible design that they just shat out somewhere just to try to make money off the guy.
Mm.
It's not on there anymore, by the way. Just let me preference that.
Mm.
And two, if you think about it really, it is kind of racist. Honest to God, it is.
I'll have to check it out and see.
Because, like, I thought about it a little bit, because even after I saw the shirt, I'm just like, it doesn't look too bad. And, like, what if you put it on a different color shirt? Would that same context be there? But I think the issue with it is the obvious, just plain red smile with the white teeth and it being a black shirt.
Mm.
And they didn't have a choice of any other colors. It was just a black shirt.
Mm.
So, once you think about it a little more and you think about just any kind of depictions of anybody that's black in TV and stuff before, and WWE's history with black people and everything, like look at the stuff they did with Booker T.
Mm.
With Triple H and Booker T in 2003.
Yeah.
They were saying that a guy like you can't win the title. And Triple H was basically like making fun of him or whatever. It's like, this is 2003, man.
Yeah, but I mean, also in like the same. I mean, like I said, I still ain't seen the shirt, so I can't completely 100% commit to this fact that I'm about to try to bring up. But like
Right.
like Boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
If back in the day they would have did a Boogeyman shirt, and it was a black shirt, and kind of had like the Boogeyman face paint on it, I wouldn't take that as racist. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. It might just have a lot to do with context too.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it on here, and I'll show it to you through Skype. Hold on one second, everybody, because I do at least want you to see it and then see what your thoughts on it are. Because,
okay.
like I said, at first I didn't think it was anything. Like, but thinking about it, I can see it more. Like, personally, I don't have a problem with it. I don't. But the thing is, it's not a I have a problem with it. It's that he and his people would have a problem with it. And
it's supposed to be his shirt.
And then he went on this huge rant and tirade saying WWE and ROH don't care about black people and everything. And it was crazy. So it got really, really nuts there for a bit, and they're still dealing with that stuff.
I mean, I believe in any company, whether it be WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, Impact, whatever. If you're going to do merch for a wrestler, I think the wrestler should be able to sign off.
Well,
on merch before it's released.
That's the thing. They said WWE tried to backtrack and said like he signed off on this shirt and everything. There are very few people that sign off on their shirts.
Honestly, I'm looking at the shirt and I don't see anything offensive.
That's how I was, honestly. That
I, I, I don't think I'll ever find anything offensive about this shirt.
really? I mean,
Yeah.
well, just I think he equates it to blackface. I'm 100% sure. Now, I think it would have been worse if like he had eyeballs at top of it.
I mean, I can barely even tell it's a smile shape. To me, it's just more of a lower
Well,
arch.
his gimmick, Jordan Miles' gimmick, was that he smiles a lot.
I
So
got you.
yeah, it's supposed to be a smiling red face with white teeth in the middle. I think the only issue is it's a black shirt.
I, black shirts sell better.
I agree. I
But
agree with that. I agree. So you don't see anything wrong with it.
I don't. Personally, I don't.
I'm on the fence. Like I get why they're mad at it. I get why he's mad at it and why he's causing a fuss. But at the same time, like it I don't see anything
I don't see anything offensive.
I don't initially see anything offensive.
No.
I don't see it at first, but it's just whenever you think about it and remember that blackface was a thing and everything and all that stuff.
I mean, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying this as a race thing. I'm saying this more as something that we've talked about
Yeah.
before. And no offense to that wrestler. He has his opinions and he has the right to be
Mm-hmm.
offended. But this goes back to something we've talked about many times. Is it seems like nowadays people get offended by every damn thing.
That is true.
If you put my name on a white shirt with some fucking weird little logo, I'm not going to get offended. I'm going to be like, well, damn it, I wish it wasn't on white because I only wear black.
Mm-hmm.
But, I see how that's offensive. I mean, like, I even feel like, if WWE wanted to be smartasses and they made a Finn Balor shirt and instead of, it'd be like the demon, but he looks like the fighting Irish
Yeah.
guy, I don't think that Finn Balor would be pissed off about that.
I don't think so either. But it's also like in this country, especially just how black people have been treated in comparison. And I know at one point you gotta be like, come on, how much longer do we have to hear that stuff? I know some people act like
I mean,
that,
honestly,
but
I feel like with WWE, if you are a black superstar, WWE has slipped up quite a
they
bit
have.
and made themselves look racist.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you're a black superstar, you're not getting the respect that you feel like you deserve in the company, and then you see a shirt like that, I can see where you may link that together and be offended. But as far as just me looking at the shirt, I think it's a nice looking shirt. If if I knew who he was and I liked him, I'd probably buy one of them. But that's me.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own opinion.
Yeah, and like for us, it doesn't bother us, but like you said, it might bother him just from what WWE's been known for in the past, and just from stigma from history and stuff with everything like that, from that culture and everything, or from that culture, from that trying to race. Yeah, sorry. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Um, yeah, it's just unfortunate. I hate that he feels this way. Um, but man, oh man, this more bad stuff.
Honestly, if there's any black WWE superstar that should be pissed off and offended right now, his name's Kofi Kingston.
I agree 110%. 110%. And that's not a real percentage, but I agree that much. The fact
That man has busted his ass for 13 fucking years. You finally give him the belt. You build up this huge legacy, and then you let Brock Lesnar kill it in like 9 seconds. I would be one pissed off dude.
I would be too. And the fact that he has to go out there still and just be happy and dance around like nothing happened.
Yeah, dance and throw pancakes at people like nothing ever fucking
It's
happened.
like, okay, WWE. Yeah, shit like that, it makes me think you don't care. Like you.
And I mean, honestly, it's not even just towards. I already brought it up earlier in this episode. It's not even with WWE. It's not just towards the black superstars. It's towards other races. The way it looks to me, like I said, Shinsuke Nakamura, Asuka, Kairi Sane. You got these great, talented, professional wrestlers, and they get shit on, and it doesn't. I'm not calling WWE racist. I'm just saying it don't look good.
It don't look good, man. It really doesn't. I mean, like if they try to like say, well, who's like a Japanese champion you've had? Who's a Japanese WWE champion they have? The closest thing you'd say is Yokozuna. He was Samoan. He had links to Samoan.
His character was meant to be like a stupid.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
But he was not. He was not. No, he wasn't.
Yeah, unless you're a white or you're Samoan, you don't have anything in WWE. A chance in hell of winning the WWE title or Universal title. I'm sorry.
Until they changed that with Kofi Kingston, and then they fucked it all up.
Yeah. The closest thing before Kofi was Mark Henry, and thank God Mark Henry finally got a world title. But it was even then, it wasn't the WWE title.
No.
You notice how they always do that too? How anytime they have two world titles, they won't, whenever they're spotlighting one over the other, they'll give people that will never have the WWE title or never have a chance with the WWE title, they'll give them the other belt.
They'll give them the secondary belt to make them appear like they're not like that.
Yeah, like
so, I mean, yeah, that does piss me off about WWE, and that's one of my big problems with them. Is it does seem like they favor certain people, and people that deserve it just get counted out because of who they are or where they've come from or whatever.
Hispanic every now and then kind of gets an okay pass too, because look at Eddie and look at Ray.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they do, but I mean, wrestling is a way of life in Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different world there. It's like in Japan.
Well, yeah, but it's a way of life in Japan, and look how Japanese wrestlers get treated.
That's what I was about to say. In Mexico and in Japan, wrestling is life. But, you know, for WWE, yeah, we'll honor a Mexican every now and then. But, you know, Japanese wrestlers don't get the respect that they deserve. Shinsuke Nakamura, I was so excited when I found out he was coming, when he was coming to NXT, and then when he was coming to the main roster. I was super pumped because I'd seen a lot of his stuff from New Japan. And I was like, this dude's a badass. And they've held him back. They've not let him do half of what he can do. They've not given him any major titles. And they've made him look completely fucking stupid so many times. Like that storyline where they had him right when he turned heel against AJ. And every time they would interview him, he would look and say, I'm sorry, I no speak English. I'm like, man, this is bullshit. And the same with Asuka. Asuka had a 500 win streak or some shit. You know, she had a huge undefeated streak, and her first 2-3 months on the main roster, boom, that shit's over.
Yeah. I will say this: we are making strong, I guess, accusations, and we're not meaning it because this is actually the case. We're not.
No.
We don't mean to say it as in like WWE actually doesn't care about black people or they don't care about Japanese people or whatever. They may do because with them, money's money. You know.
Well, it's like I said. You know, I said 10 minutes ago. I don't want to believe that WWE is racist. It's not looking good.
With that being said, they don't help themselves. It's like
no.
We say that they don't care because whenever they show us on their TV, like another white superstar, another Hispanic superstar, or another Samoan superstar winning their major titles, it's like, well, what about this gender? Or what about this race? What about this culture? What about this race? This, that, and the other thing. they never get a shot. And you can also say, too, there's been plenty of white guys that's never won the title. Look at Roddy Piper. Look at Jerry the King Lawler.
It seems like WWE, in the end, WWE picks favorites.
Well, we can't.
That's why so many people were pissed off at Roman Reigns for the years that they were pissed off.
Yeah.
Is because WWE picked Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And they rode Roman Reigns, and they pushed and they pushed and they pushed and they pushed to the point where people didn't like him. And that's what WWE's always done. They've always pushed these certain wrestlers they like. And sometimes the fans react and they love them, and sometimes the fans react and they hate them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
They pushed Austin, and everybody loved Austin.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they pushed him. They had no intentions on pushing Austin the way they did, but the fans took to him like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So then they didn't have no fucking choice but to push him.
Well, if they wouldn't have pushed Austin, then they would have gotten killed by the NWO.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, NWO and WCW was against the authority, and it was showing in ratings.
Yeah.
So they needed something to compete with that, and Austin did a damn good job in going against authority. He did it for many years. Still does it every now and then. You know, he'll still pop up and throw a stunner on a McMahon.
It's just they don't help themselves, and it's like it doesn't help that their product is already dumb. It's bad.
Yeah,
and
it's tainted and it's stale, and it needs something, and I don't even know what the hell it needs anymore.
And going back to my previous point, because I just remember what it was. Just because there have been white guys that haven't won the belt, look how many more white people have been in the WWE in comparison. That, like, we can't help that it's a majority of white people that live in the U.S. or that come and work for WWE.
That's true.
So, like, not having any representation on there just makes you look bad. And I could be completely wrong, and honestly, I'm like the last person to talk about race issues and stuff because I don't really know. I just try to live my life a quarter mile at a time. Thank you, Furious 7. I don't.
Vin Diesel over here.
I don't. I don't know. But they just don't make themselves look good. That's all I'm saying. And like,
it just seems like they tend to make very poor decisions.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move away from the whole race thing because we went too far, and I'm starting to backtrack and forget and not forget, but second guess everything I've just said.
Hey, we brought it. We had intentions on AEW and just bullshitting. Mm-hmm. We ended up coming up with a whole different topic.
We did.
I liked it.
We did.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm not opposed to the conversation we just had at all.
I'm not opposed to it either, but that's definitely kind of like a me thing. Like, okay, so let me give you all a little tour inside the brain of the Puddy. Get ready, because it's very spacious in here.
Strap in, people.
So, whenever I have a point to make, I come out strong. Like, in this case, I came out with a strong point. And, I stand by it. But after a while, when I start thinking about it to myself after I said it, I start thinking of, is there something that I...
Second guess yourself.
Yeah, is there something that I thought that I said that sounded off? And then, once I think there is, even if there never was in the first place, I'll go back, because like I just did it a few minutes ago, I said, we're not trying to say this is what WWE does or whatever. But at the same time, I already felt like I was making that assumption or making that accusation without anything to back it up, and I don't want to do that.
But in the end, still, you're kind of a big softy, and you don't want to piss nobody off.
That's true too. It does come back to that. Is at the end of the day, I do have my opinions, but at the same time, I don't want to make anybody mad. Like, it sucks that people get so mad at anything that you tell them anymore. And I wish you could have an opinion without pissing anybody off. It's just, that's not the way the world works. And it's
No.
so much easier now to piss somebody off because you can just instantly get on Twitter and just say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You piece of shit. I hope you die. I hope you burn in hell, or blah, 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 and whatever. It's so easy to do that. But at the same
This
time,
person offended me, and I hate them.
but at the same time, I'm bringing up these issues that I have with WWE because at one point I love this company.
I did. Yeah, I was shit, dude. Growing up and even past high school, me and my friends would get together every Monday night and watch Raw religiously.
So
We all got together in the same place, hung out, turned it into a fucking party every Monday night. Now
sorry.
nobody cares.
I don't mean to keep cutting you off, by the way.
Oh, you're good. You're just passionate.
So
Nobody cares anymore.
So I'm gonna bring up something that I've never really told anybody before, other than like my mom, because she's seen it. Like, I haven't told anybody that I used to do this. So, you know how crazy at one point I was into wrestling and WWE. Well, not wrestling in general, but WWE in particular.
How?
So, going through school or whatever, I would pretend. I'm gonna get embarrassed by saying this, but fuck it, I don't give a shit anymore. I used to pretend like I used to be a wrestler in my room or in my living room or whatever. And
I think we all did.
yeah, but I would get weird with it, honestly. Like, I would get the names of my friends and make wrestling names for them.
Nice.
And like have these imaginary results and like write up matches and stuff with their fake wrestling names, but I knew who they were in my head.
Honestly, I think I got you beat.
Really?
I might.
Cause like I remember I gave myself like I was like a 25-time champion at one point. And then like I remember even this was even a problem into high school because I still did it like until at least sophomore year in high school, whenever I finally realized that, man, I'm kind of crazy. because like I just remember I'd write down these people's names I used to go to school with, and I'd like WWE Kids Backlash this Sunday. I was just like, it's not a real thing. What are you doing? You crazy fuck. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I might be able to compete with you here.
What is yours?
And honestly, I still have some of the guys from the back in the day that would be that say, man, if I still live close to you, I'd still want to do this. What we used to do is, like I said, we used to meet up every Monday night at my house. We'd watch Raw.
Mm-hmm.
But also what we did was we played the WWE games crazy. I mean, from WWE No Mercy on, we were big on them.
Mm-hmm.
And, we would create our own character, our own wrestler. And after Monday Night Raw went off the air, we had a wrestling card set up. We would have matches on the WWE game.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point where we went out to Walmart, we went wherever we could, and we found those plastic belts. We bought them. We put index cards on the back of them, kept title histories. I mean, we would, somebody'd show up Monday night to my house wearing the world title, like, bitches, who's going to take it from me tonight, motherfucker? And I shit you not, Puddy, I still got every one of those title belts in a box in my attic right now with all those cards on them. And, I mean, we had a blast with it. But, yeah, we kind of looked stupid, but it was fun.
Jbomb?
We'd get together and have, 5-man fucking battle royals for the world title every Monday night after Raw,
I unfortunately have you beat.
Oh, you got me?
Because have you ever dove into the world of backyard wrestling?
Yes.
You have to?
Yes, I did. I have to, yes.
Yeah. Did you ever record it?
Some of the stuff was recorded. I wasn't the one that recorded it, and I didn't keep any of the tapes. Where I live at, there was actually a guy that ran a farm.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a huge wrestling fan. He built a wrestling ring in his backyard.
Really?
And he would let, teenagers and shit come over and wrestle and practice. and he eventually got to the point where his wife was sewing costumes,
Mm.
and there was nobody there to watch us, but we treated it like we were totally being watched on TV and shit. Like
That's what we
I
did.
remember my buddy was the one that told me about it. A friend of mine in high school told me about it. He's like, man, you surely should come check it out. Because, I'd wrestled in gym class. In gym class, we wrestled like crazy.
Mm.
Uh, our coach got really pissed off because we were putting people in stunners and, I was jackhammering people and shit. But, uh, but yeah, my buddy told me about it. And I only did it like 2 or 3 times. Then the old man, he actually got sick and kind of stopped doing it.
Mm.
But I remember like the first night I showed up, like the friend of mine that got me into it, he had a match and I did a run in. I jumped over the gate, ran in the ring and was targeting him up for a spear, and then I turned and hit somebody else with it, and I felt great, dude. Like it was awesome. I had a blast with that shit. But then I did pedigree a kid and break his nose, and I was like, yeah. I got in a little trouble for that one.
I'm gonna regret bringing this up again too. Another thing I'm gonna regret tonight. Not only did we record them and do at the worst kind of backyard wrestling you could think of, we recorded it. And not only that, I believe it's still on YouTube.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, I need to link to that shit.
So, if you want to look up BYW Backyard Wrestling and make my life torture for at least the weekend,
I'm going to.
there you go.
I'm so looking that shit up.
I looked back a couple years back to see the comments and stuff, and of course, there's nothing good of the comments.
All negative, yeah.
They're all negative, which it should be. And I'm not going to bleep any of this, because this is just what the person said. But I can remember one of the comments, not verbatim, but I'm going to paraphrase it. And one of the comments said, "Oh, I know this league. It's the Gay Fat Wrestling Federation."
Wow. Brutal.
Fucking brutal, boys. Dude, yeah. 100% not only agree with how stupid we were and how fat we are, that I still am, but it's just like, why the fuck did we do that? Why as kids do you have to do stuff so stupid and then regret it? And now it's even worse because you can just put it on the internet and it's there forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's just because you're crazy kids. Crazy kids do crazy shit.
Oh, dude, it's great. And then, like, a few years after we finally stopped doing it and we were good into, like, high school, a couple of my friends were wanting me to get back into it. I'm just like, no! No! I'm finally starting to get out of this wrestling thing because wrestling's starting to be crap at this point. I'm done with it.
All right, now I got you on one. This was not videotaped, but I was there.
Oh boy.
And it was the 8th grade, your last year of middle school.
Yeah.
Where I went to school, we took a field trip to was it Williamsburg, where Six Flags is?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah, well, the thing was you paid whatever, and we stayed a night in a hotel. The first night we went to Colonial Williamsburg. We stayed in a hotel that night. Next day we went to Six Flags. Well, there was like 15, 20 of us, huge wrestling fans. I got a friend, and don't you bleep his name out, even though I know he won't ever listen. Mm-hmm. But I got a friend that I went to school with. His name was Cody.
I might bleep out the last name.
Do whatever. But anyway, Cody was a huge Stone Cold Steve Austin fan.
Mm-hmm.
To the point, he come to school talking like Austin. He walked like Austin. He's the kind of guy that you was at your locker, he'd come up behind you and give you a fucking stunner. I mean, Cody was a huge Austin fan. Me at that time, I was a giant Goldberg fan. I was all about Goldberg. Mm-hmm. So many people in gym class during 8th grade got spears. It's not even funny. But we decided, you know what, guys, we're going to Williamsburg. We're going to stay in a hotel that night. We're going to have a 15-man battle royal in the hotel room, and nobody's going to fucking know about it.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we totally did that. I remember I speared Cody, and when I speared him, the bed frame broke.
Oh.
The frame actually hit me in the shin. I still got a dent in my shin from that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I took a stunner. I took a choke slam from my buddy Alan, and at that time, even though it was 8th grade, Alan was like 6'2", and choke slammed the shit out of me. I thought he broke my fucking back.
Oh.
But I mean, we had an epic battle royal in this hotel room. It was brutal. Well, after that, Cody says, I'm going to the next room to start shit with these guys because they didn't show up and they said they would. Cody walks into these guys' hotel room, and I shit you not, this is no joke. He opens their door, slams their door so hard, the glass on the hotel windows shatters. And when it shattered, first off, a lot of shit. But then all of a sudden it hit us all. He's like, oh shit, Stone Cold Cody just made glass shatter. What the fuck? It was great.
Oh my God.
Now, granted, Cody's parents had to pay to replace a window. But it was fucking hilarious, dude.
Stone Cold Cody.
Yep, Stone Cold. I mean, he would walk up to you. He would do the hoarseness in his voice like Stone Cold would do. I mean, he talked just like him. He walked. He had that thing with his shoulders and shit. I mean, you'd look at him and he was like, fuck, it's Stone Cold with hair. What the fuck?
That's so good.
But yeah, and I mean, still to this day, I think about a year ago, I bumped into Cody at a bar. Hadn't seen him in years. And I bumped into him at a bar, and as soon as I seen him, I looked at him. I said, "Stone Cold Cody," and he busted out giggling, looking at me, and he decided to look at me and do the whole. He did the whole "don't give a shit," you know. That's the bottom line because Cody said so. You know, he did the whole fucking thing.
That's so good that at least he still does it and embraces it.
I have no idea what happened. We experienced a technical difficulty. I have no idea what this.
We just experienced a technical difficulty, and I don't feel like editing part of that out. So we're back.
Honestly, I think it will sound good on the recording.
We're back at it again. So,
right back at it again.
So you're talking about Stone Cold Cody and everything.
Yeah.
I am going to bring up one more thing. I don't think it's going to beat that, honestly. I don't think it's going to beat that story, but it is one more thing I attempted to do because as a child I was so much into WWE. That's why I care. That's why the whole rant and stuff come out and everything. But I will mention one other thing I try to do. So you mentioned how whenever you had your little battle royal things and everything, how you used to have belts and your friends would bring over the belts and basically defend them on video games and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I tried that, and I was huge into the 24/7 or not 24. Oh my God, the hardcore title at one point back in middle school, and I had a old version of the winged, not the old school Winged Eagle, but the new one from the Attitude Era. Of the Winged Eagle title. It had a blue strap on it. I've never seen a version of the WWF title with a blue strap. That title especially. But this had a blue strap title. I brought it to school and I'm just like, I want to do something to where we can incorporate that and just have random people win this belt. Boy, was I an idiot. So, like, I was even trying to explain to these kids and everything, just like, oh, you're supposed to pin him or whatever. It's like, why? Like, what are you doing, you weirdo? But I actually got a couple people to play along, and then one person actually won it. Have not seen that belt since.
Really?
He got a fake toy belt because I'm stupid and wanted to do something like I saw on TV. Which reminds me, don't try any of that shit at home.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you, though, some of that shit does kind of... I mean, right now we're talking about all these stupid-ass, embarrassing childhood moments. But, you know, I talked about playing the wrestling games for belts. me and my best friend actually started that, and when we started it, we made a undisputed world heavyweight championship. We made it out of cardboard with paper and glitter and markers and shit, and uh, it looked completely
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. But the thing is, that friend has actually now passed away, and my goal has always been, and I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to work on doing it, but where me and him made that belt together, I'm actually going to have it encased in plexiglass and put it on his headstone.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I mean, yeah. So I mean, yeah, goofy little moments like that growing up, sometimes they actually end up having a little sentimental value to them. Every time I see that little cardboard belt, I'm like, damn, me and Roy made that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying that just to be sure that no one gets hurt, because stuff like that for sure can be moments that you remember forever, whether it's something little or something that you all did big, like the AEW show I went to last night, or just this something like you doing something with your friends watching Monday Night Raw one day.
Yeah.
Just don't be dumb and don't get hurt. That's basically it. But
Oh yeah.
that's also a part of growing up and living. Anyways, you have to make dumb mistakes anyways. So live and learn.
Mm.
Speaking
I
of,
mean, yeah, life is full of fuck ups,
yeah,
but you learn from your mistakes, and the thing is, life is full of those ups and downs, and some of those end up being really cool moments that you never forget.
right.
Just like, here we are talking about shit we did 10 years ago, in my case 15, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's still memories you make, even though sometimes you sit back and you blush and you go, damn, I can't believe I was that fucking stupid. But still, it's part of what made you you.
Like, I hate those videos. Like, I hate that they're still up on YouTube. I'm not deleting them.
Now, I will say, I said that I broke a kid's nose with a pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
I will mention that kid punched me in the face, and that's why he got the pedigree.
Oh, well, he deserved it.
Yeah, well, it happened in gym class, and I pedigreed him. And the coach come up, and his face was all broken and shit. And coach was like, "What happened?" And he was like, "He broke my nose." And he looked at me. He's like, "Hagerman," and I was like, "Yeah, I kind of did." And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "He punched me." I was like, "You don't punch in wrestling." And he looked at the other kid. He said, "Go clean yourself up." And he said, "Jack, go back and be careful." And I was like, "Well, thank you, coach." Yeah. And when he walked away, I heard him look at that. I heard him. He looked at that other kid and he goes, "Damn it, you don't punch people in wrestling, right?" I had a cool
That's
coach.
awesome. That's fucking cool. Well, speaking of wrestling and everything, our advice column is going to be on wrestling. Our advice column. Oh, that sounds awful. I'm never referring to this again. Our portion on advice or some shit. Advice for you guys. Advice for you fuckers. I'm off of it. Holy shit. But before we get on to that, J-Bomb, is there any shows coming up here tonight? Or here
Fuck.
coming up in the next week?
Honestly, dude, I've been so busy with doing Halloween shit with my kids tonight. I didn't even write anything down. I'm
I
sure
don't
there's
blame you.
some. I'm sure there's something fun going on tonight, as in Saturday. But tonight, as in Thursday night, Halloween. I had a great night.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get to write any of that shit down. And by the way, before we do move on, um, all month long we've touched on my countdown. My countdown ended today, and yes, Putty called it.
Yep.
Pennywise the clown did win.
What the fuck did I say, everybody?
He
I
did
knew
say
it.
it. He called
I knew
Pennywise,
it.
and it was Pennywise, motherfucker.
From day one, I knew that Pennywise was going to be number one this year. It just made sense.
Thank you,
So,
Chapter 2.
that's what happens when you're the Putty. You're just awesome like that.
Yeah, well, whatever.
You know.
I already knew it. I just couldn't tell you.
Oh yeah, I know, but I still knew. I'm just good. See,
I'm
you didn't have to tell me because I
I'm
already
pissed that
knew.
Jason didn't win again. The way I've always wanted this thing to go is if Jason didn't win, I wanted Jigsaw to win. And Jigsaw fell way down on the fucking countdown this year. So
Yeah, he was early this year.
yeah, pissy about that. But I
Well,
just take the
listen.
votes and tally them up. If actually, Travis' wife, Lexi, accused me of rigging the list. I was like, look, if I was rigging the list, Predator, Jigsaw, and Jason would be in the top 5 every year.
Man, oh man, I'm glad you're not rigging the list.
Yeah, I don't rig the list, so
Just saying.
fuck. But yes, let's get on with our advice.
Well, before we get on with the advice, I do want to mention one thing because I said I'd bring it up at the beginning of the podcast.
Oh yeah.
So if you're listening now, this will start at 1. This uploads at 1, so it's probably around 2:30 now, halfway into or near the end of the podcast episode today. Here soon, if I haven't already, I'm going to be doing an Extra Life charity live stream. I am doing it. It is extralife.org, extralife.com. I can't remember. But the thing is, Extra Life does this whole thing on November 2nd called Game Day, or depending on what year it is, depending on it's usually at the beginning of November, whenever the time changes usually. Called Game Day, and what happens is a bunch of people, a bunch of live streamers and everything get online and start streaming and try to raise money for different children's hospitals. And that's what this is about, is trying to raise money for children's hospitals. And I chose WVU Medical as mine. I know I don't have many people that listen to the podcast or whatever, but I'm trying to promote it as much as I can until the show actually comes up, until the stream actually happens, which it's going to be happening here soon. So if I can get any last minute listeners, any last minute viewers to come in, watch, and then donate, that would be awesome. I only have a goal of $100, so it's not going to be much to raise the goal. So if I can get 100 people to watch, that's $100 right there. That's nothing. But just come in, watch me. I'm going to be playing Super Mario 64. I started that off back in September, I believe. Haven't went back to it yet because I've been busy with school stuff. But I do plan on going back and finishing that on Saturday and trying to raise money for kids. It's all for the kids. It's all for raising money for children's hospitals, no matter what hospital you go to. And if you have a favorite streamer, I would suggest go donate to them if you want to support them, because no matter what, if you're supporting someone else, you're probably still going to be supporting Extra Life, which is who we're all trying to support in general there. So I'll have the link to the Extra Life stream, my Extra Life stream, down in the description here on Anchor, or depending on where you're listening to, whether it be Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, YouTube, whatever. If you're listening on YouTube, I'm sorry, the event's already happened, but you can still donate because I don't upload those until Monday. But with the other ones, if you're listening right now, if you're listening as soon as this podcast comes out, go check it out. If you're listening a little later, the stream's probably going on right now, so go check me out. Go watch a little bit. You only have to watch me for 5 minutes. Just come in there, get the link to how to donate. Donate to Extra Life. Make a kid's life happy, because kids deserve to be happy whenever they're going through some tough times in hospitals, and it's just sad situations for kids that are there. And Extra Life is just there trying to make their days a little bit brighter and a little bit better, going through what they have to go through. So please, once again, won't hammer it in anymore. Just come in, donate, have a good day, support Extra Life on Game Day, enjoy the streams of hundreds upon thousands of other streamers that will be streaming on this day for Game Day. That's all I'll say for that.
And actually, I'll say one other thing too before we go into our last part. If you live in an area like myself or like Putty, you're probably taking your kids out trick or treating tonight.
I'm not. I don't have kids.
Yeah, well.
Sorry.
But anyway, if you're taking your kids out trick or treating tonight, please have a happy and a very safe night of trick or treating with your little ones.
Yes.
Be mindful. Always be alert and aware, because some people are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But make sure you have fun tonight. I hope your kids get a shit ton of candy.
Absolutely, 100%. Hopefully they get stacks upon stacks, the big size, king size bars too.
If you get any Snickers bars, Paydays, or Baby Ruths, you're welcome to mail them to me.
I'm just saying, like, I know we have a donation thing on our Anchor site, but if you want to donate candy instead, perfectly fine with me. I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, has no resale value really. Well, it sort of does, but it's not getting resold. I'm just saying, that's going into International Bank of my belly.
And it's not a savings account either.
No. Not at all. No way. No way in hell.
Nice.
That gets deposited and that shit ain't ever coming back.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's coming back, but not in the way anybody wants it. I just got a little nasty.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's nasty. Yeah.
Well, anyways, our advice portion of today. Again, calling it a portion. God damn it. Falling apart at the seams, J-Bomb.
Keep it together, man. Come on, get it together.
So, I know I went to a wrestling show last night, because we're recording Thursday. We went to a wrestling show Wednesday night. And whenever I was leaving, though, we got these little handouts for free admission to a local wrestling show that's going to be in Huntington. I believe it was November 29th. Can't remember. I don't have the ticket on me right now. But the point I'm trying to make with this is there are huge wrestling companies, and they're just about always going to be there. Like we were talking about before the podcast, look at Impact Wrestling. Those guys should have been gone long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
They should have been gone 10 years ago, but they're still kicking.
Oh, yeah.
There's always going to be those big companies. WWE always probably going to be there. AEW, as awesome as they were to be there. The point I'm trying to get at is this. Every wrestler has to start somewhere, and the more you go out and support your local wrestlers, the better chance they have to get spotted and get noticed by people. So,
yeah.
The best advice I have for today to go with the theme of this episode is go out and support local wrestling. I mean, there's plenty of wrestling no matter where you go that if you're not happy with WWE or if you're not happy with AEW or Impact or ROH or somebody, Lucha Underground, if they're still a thing, MLW, if you're not a fan of anything major going on right now, I'm sure there's an indie show you can go watch.
Oh, yeah.
There's always some kind of professional wrestling out there that'll suit your needs as a fan. Because there's one thing I do not want to happen is that pro wrestling becomes obsolete. It just becomes dead. Like, no one does it anymore. I don't think that'll ever happen because it exists, but...
It's the same as, like with what Mountain Arts Democracy does with bands and artists. If you don't support local, you're missing out on the future.
Yeah.
Like the club always says, all national bands started out as a local band somewhere.
Yeah.
Same with wrestling. All big time names. Your Roman Reigns, your Chris Jericho's, well, whoever the fuck they are, they started out as local wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Go out and support your local shows.
You have to start small to get bigger and bigger and bigger, no matter what. No matter what you're doing, no matter what profession you're in, you have to learn the basics. You have to get the experience and learn and get better before you're actually trusted, basically, to do bigger and better things.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Exactly, yeah. So go out, support your local wrestlers, support your local musicians. I'm starting to tongue twist because I'm thinking, or I'm talking before I think, but go do it, everybody. J-Bomb, this has been a quick yet fun episode. What are your thoughts?
I have no thoughts. So, you got anything left to say, brother?
Other than I don't have any thoughts either, which is me usually. I don't have anything.
Hell yeah.
So, thank you all so much for listening here tonight. This has been a fun episode. J-Bomb, I almost forgot to let you exit this thing out, so go on ahead, buddy.
Everybody, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. For all you wrestling fans, I know you enjoyed it. For the
this was a wrestling podcast for sure.
Yeah, you definitely need to put the captions up on this one saying wrestling podcast. But for all of you that stuck through it with us that aren't wrestling fans, I hope you still figured out some way to enjoy it.
Yeah.
We did talk about other stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. We will see you. We'll talk to you next week. Hope everybody has a great, safe, happy trick or treating. My favorite holiday is over, so my countdown to next year's Halloween 2020 begins. But yeah, for myself and my beautiful partner over here, Putty,
Oh.
um, I'm glad that we got to save the planet another week.
Woo.
But as always, stay metal, everybody.
Christmas time's a coming. Christmas time's a coming. Christmas time's a coming. Wow.